Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks, the podcast where three underqualified men propose the ultimate solutions to the world's pettiest problems. If you have ever been sat in a Wi-Fi black spot but you've already got comfortable and so ended up turning 3G on, this is the show for you. As the title suggests, we are literally throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks to solve your first world problems, then complaining about the use of the word literally. My name is Dan and my qualifications come from spending inordinate amounts of time reading social media while pooing. Joining me every week is Dom, who will be bringing all of the analytical skills of an English student combined with the great strategy of a Warhammer fanatic, and Ross, who owns an Apple Watch, which qualifies him to comment on just about anything with the hashtag first world problems. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
This is the first podcast.
Yeah, this is the first podcast.
I'm really excited, as you can probably tell from my intro.
Oh, yes, very enthusiastic.
Luckily, your intro told me what we're doing, because I got no idea why I'm here.
Well, I kind of thought that just about sums it up. We're going to take the world's first world problems and propose ridiculous, more than likely ridiculous solutions to them. Right, is that... What would you say the show was about?
Well, I think it's a more of a postmodern take
here comes the
at the
English
general
student.
absurdity of modern problems with a view to providing humorous, satirical and facile solutions to those problems, Dan. Meanwhile, we'll be engaging in tangential and topical discussion with the aim of delighting and amusing a transcontinental audience demographic. What about you, Ross? What do you think?
Oh, mate, I can't follow that, can I? I'm still looking up some of them words. Wait. No, well, what are we doing? So I only just found out what we're doing, but yeah, we are throwing things at walls and seeing if they stick. That's what I thought we were doing anyway.
That is exactly what we're doing.
That's the main drive of the thing.
It was the start. I did the intro, so I guess someone else should should tell us their problems first.
I think Ross should.
You think I should? I've just got my list out and I'm just having a little look through, seeing what...
He's got his list.
I've got things written down here. I don't even know what they mean. I obviously had an idea.
Is it also written in crayon?
I've got an Apple Watch. Come on. I've written
crayon,
stuff down. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's just a smile. Everything's got a smiley face after it. I've got stuff written down here. I don't know why I wrote it.
It's all written in emoticons.
It says here toilet arrangement. What was I thinking? I was
Let's
actually
go
sitting
into
on
that.
a toilet.
You must have been concerned about us sitting in the room, so you can't get out to use the toilet.
What was I thinking about in toilet arrangement?
Is
Am I thinking about maybe like, you know, when you go into a bathroom stall and not the stall, sorry, the actual, you know, the pee holes
Like
in the
urinals.
wall. Urinals, that's the word.
Oh, you mean like how you're not supposed to stand next to
Yeah,
another
the
dude?
etiquette and stuff of it all, because it happens to me a lot and it makes me not pee.
What, as in people seem to avoid you, or people...
No, people seem to be drawn to me, Dan. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
like at the end, and I'll go to the furthest point away from the door, that's just a habit. And if I go to the urinal, someone will stand next to me. I promise you.
Will they start talking to you?
No, but
That
they
is the
always
worst.
glance. Or if they don't glance, I think I'm paranoid enough to think that they do.
Do you think they like what they see, or do you think they're
I don't
laughing?
know. They're probably laughing to themselves a little bit, or they probably didn't see anything. Is more likely.
And
But
they're wondering what the fuck is going on.
why is that lady in a urinal?
Is what you're saying, Ross, that you have a funny shaped dick and that's what's happening?
I'm saying is it's inverted. Is what
Wow.
I'm saying.
And with the beard, they've mistaken you for Conchita Wurst,
What?
the Eurovision lady.
Oh yes, yeah, the one I
With a
got
beard.
tagged in on Facebook.
Yes.
Yes, I do look a little bit like her. We have the same beard. That's
They
about
have
it.
exactly the same beard.
We do have the
Yeah.
same beard shape and colour
That's true.
and chin
And nose.
and eyes
Is there something you want to tell us?
and boobs. And I think what my point was getting at, like when people design the toilets, right? Why are these little, you know, the little divider they have? It's way too low. It's small and it sticks out the wall about a foot, and it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, almost like rib height.
For
Or you
you?
can quite clearly see over it.
It's fine for me.
Why don't they just put bigger ones in or put them up higher, like head height? Then nobody can see anything.
That is true, but then you might have a peeper who looks below.
Oh, short person, yeah.
Yeah,
Midget dick lookers.
yeah.
Right.
Have you not heard about them? It's trending on Twitter at the moment.
Oh, midget dick looker. Hashtag
Yeah.
midget dick looker.
I always thought that the etiquette was that you go to the one furthest away,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then you essentially fill up from
The ends.
depending on where it is. You know, if it's an empty toilet, you go to the end. If there's one guy in there at the end, you go to. If the urinals from the door go 1, 2, 3, 4, you fill up 4 first, and then if someone's in 4, you go to 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Then you use a cubicle.
Then you use a cubicle.
Yeah. You don't go in 2 and 3, do you?
No, if you get some maverick that comes into number 2 or number 3, then
they bang out a line. That's what they are.
That is exactly it. Those 2 in the middle are just completely useless. What they should do is they should just put urinals 3 feet away from each other.
That would be a good idea. Or if they've got a decent divider in the middle, I can still pee.
So like a cubicle.
Yeah, like a cubicle, but with a urinal in it.
So the thing is, the other problem is that you don't want to look like that guy when you go into the toilet and there's a queue of people and 1, 3 and 4 are all taken. You don't want to look like that guy who needs to go in the cubicle because people are going to think he's got a small dick. So you have to sort of just bosh in there, and then the guy on your left is thinking, what a fucking dick.
So I'm not worried about what people are thinking. I'm not worried if people think that I have a small penis. All I'm worried about is getting in there, having a pee, and then getting out. So if I go for a pee, if one of the places we regular is the Foundry, right? Okay. Yeah. So you walk into the room and there is only 2 cubicles, 2 urinals, and then a cubicle at the end. Those 2 urinals, if you stand next to each other, you are touching shoulders.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
And there's no divider. And if there's one person there at the urinal and there's one person in the toilet, I'll wait. And then I think everyone, probably people are thinking, why is he waiting? What's he got to hide?
Just waiting for his mate.
Yeah. Just dealing drugs, maybe.
Dealing drugs. I always just, if I really need to go in a cubicle, I just sort of like try to give off a vibe that says, this guy needs a poo.
Yeah. Do you do the poo dance?
Yeah, but
kind of holding both sides.
Wait a second. So if you need to go to the cubicle to do a pee, but you're looking like you need to do a poo, you're in there for like, what, how long's the average pee? 10 seconds? And you come back out. People are like, fuck me. That was a quick old poo. That thing slided out like fucking shit off a shovel.
But
literally,
those people...
shit off a shovel.
But those people should already be finished in theory because they're already having a pee. They will be done and out by the time you get out of the cubicle. So
yeah.
So maybe give it a beat. Use your Apple Watch to time an extra 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's... People will think you've had a poo.
Well, I could check my bank balance or something,
I do that when I'm in the toilet
eBay.
anyway.
Coming back to the Foundry, though... See, that's where your theory flies out the window because of the tightness of that toilet. Yeah. It takes at least half a minute to get out of the toilet.
Because the door touches the front of the toilet, doesn't it? You can't get in there.
So, coming back to our scenario of I'm pretending to have a poo, but really I'm having a pee in the cubicle, that person who saw you go in is still trying to negotiate their way out as you come out the cubicle. So, therefore, they will be able to see you come out the cubicle, therefore make that judgment of that guy's got a very fast... sphincter.
I've seen people wee in the sink in that pub.
Oh, really?
Every single time I'm in there, someone wees in the sink.
Oh, right. Well, there's a solution right there. That's stuck to the wall,
Just
isn't
wee
it?
in the sink.
Just wee in the sink. Because then nobody's going to come over and wash their hands.
No. No one washes their hands in there either.
No, well, not now, they don't.
It's weird. It's a disgusting place to go to the toilet.
Oh.
I really don't like it. I get a little bit of stage fright as well when I'm in a urinal.
Do you?
I don't know why. I never used to when I was younger. It's only developed over the last 2 or 3 years. I get like mad stage fright. Yeah,
I've always had stage fright,
and it's not like I'm like uncomfortable with like the size of my dick or anything like that. I'll whop it out now.
It's fine, Dan. It's fine. You keep it to yourself.
No, I'm going to do it. No, I'm going to do it. No, I'm happy to show anyone.
It's more like.
I'm still fishing it out just for anyone listening.
That was just the zipper.
Yeah.
It's like a hose lock reel. Anyway,
yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but I just get like mad stage fright when I'm going for a wee now, and I don't know why.
This has turned into an old man podcast, isn't it?
Yeah,
I hit my mid-20s and I can't wee in a urinal.
Well, I don't really know what's happened. Like, I haven't like really got any like confidence issues or anything like that. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of there. I'm trying to go for a piss. The guy next to me is trying to go for a piss. But for some reason, especially if it's a super, super busy toilet, if I think that someone might be standing behind me and could possibly be watching me having a wee, can't do it. If I zone out, like sometimes I look at things on the wall or I look at my phone.
Think of Niagara Falls.
It just flows. But if I'm there and I think someone's standing next to me, especially if someone's fucking talking to me, can't piss.
No, not at all. And I tell you what, it improves with alcohol though. For me, if I'm drunk, then I can pee anywhere with anyone looking.
You haven't been to Kent Beer Festival.
I think I kind of get a low in the middle at the like now. If we lined up, I could go for a piss.
Yeah,
but 2-3 beers time, it's a problem. And then 2 or 3 beers after that, no issues. And it works on the complete opposite to my skill at pool. 2 or 3 beers in, fantastic. 2 or 3 beers later, I'm playing.
He's cutting holes in the carpet.
Yeah, and I'm playing with a broom.
See, I haven't really interjected in this conversation because I've never really had any problems.
You're that guy.
peeing.
That is why.
You're the guy that's designing the toilets.
I'm not the guy that designs
You're the
the
guy
toilets.
that's standing in the wrong place at all times. You're just like one of
No.
those things. Like you've
It's a
always got your friend, and if you can't think about that, you're that guy. That is it. It's because you are the inconsiderate pisser.
You're the one who goes to urinal 3. That's you.
Or am I just the
Fuck
person?
that guy.
Or am I just the person that's perfectly fine and can piss anywhere?
Yeah, but it's people like you that make us not piss.
Well,
This is the problem.
I need to
What's
man up.
wrong with you?
man
I'm glad
up a
this
little bit.
first podcast started off with something quite so
Contentious.
old man like, and medical problems and.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's a medical. Well, maybe it is. Maybe I should talk to a therapist. Did you know that I weed on my stairs a few months ago?
Yeah.
When you were sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah. You did
Yeah,
tell
I was
us
so
about
drunk
that.
that I woke up when I was half mid piss.
Did you wake up mid?
I woke up mid piss. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Maddie. I could hear Maddie behind me.
Yeah.
And she was going, Dan, what the fuck, Dan?
Did you
and-
stop or did you just finish?
Um,
Because I don't know what I do. at that
You
point.
have to finish. You have to finish.
I tried to stop, and then I tried to I was still half asleep, so I walked to the toilet, but I just kept pissing. So I basically just pissed everywhere, and then by the time I got to the toilet, I was already finished.
Oh,
And
mate.
it was all over my clothes. There was a pile of my clothes at the top of the stairs, and I just pissed right in them. So the carpet was safe, but my clothes smell like piss.
Now the warm weather's come around. What does your house smell like?
It's alright, I cleaned it up, but I was crying with laughter. I was in, hysterics. Once I came to, I was crying. I was laughing so hard that I just couldn't, hold myself up on the floor while I was trying to clean it.
Well,
It was awful.
You two haven't been together that long, have you? How long have you been going out with Maddie?
About a year and a half, something like that.
So I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years, and she's never seen me pee. And yours has
Really?
already seen you pee, yeah.
Do you fart in front of her?
By accident. I don't generally put it on
You
her.
sneeze.
I don't.
The old
Speaking of old
sneeze
man.
fart combo.
Yeah, sometimes.
I heard that if you sneeze and fart and burp at the same time, you explode.
Oh no! I when me and Jen were looking for a flat in Germany, and that was the first 3 or 4 months of our relationship. I drank so much German and Belgian beer with her dad that night. I pissed the bed, and it was fine. And basically,
That's going to be silence then. Oh, that's going to be brilliant.
well, I pissed the bed, and exactly the same thing happened. I woke up halfway through. Jem's going, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, and I got out of bed and I walked and I got to the toilet. But by the time I got there, I was done.
Yeah.
Got there in time to shake it.
Yeah.
It should be a public service announcement, ladies, catch your boyfriend pissing when he shouldn't be. Don't fucking wake him up. Let him finish, otherwise he's going to piss all over the house.
Unless he's near a plug socket.
Like a fucking diseased old dog just shitting everywhere.
Yeah. But it's only in later life that all these things have started happening to me. Go back to...
You say later life, you're in your 20s.
Well, I know, I still got a later life and an earlier life.
Well, I suppose, yeah, it's all
So
relative.
10 years ago, maybe not so much 10 years ago, but when I was 18, 19, I'd go to the pub, I'd piss anywhere, I would never get hangovers, I would never do odd things in my sleep. I would always go home, strip down to my boxers, get into bed, turn everything off.
Spoon with me.
It is awful. I just do things. The other day I woke up, and I don't go out drinking so much now, and I had a handprint on my wrist where I had slept I'd slept on my own hand and turned it over.
Fold it backwards?
Folded
on itself?
backwards. I couldn't open my hand for about
What?
20 minutes. And then when I did, I had a handprint there where I must have slept like it all night.
Did you jerk off afterwards? Get the stranger?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you should have. You can waste a perfectly good opportunity like that.
I wish I had. I've done all sorts of things. I've woken up with imprints of TV remotes on my face. I've fallen asleep in all sorts of positions with clothes on. I've never done that before. Now I've just had this liability when I drink.
Oh, I've always been that way.
Yeah.
You know I've always been that way.
Yeah, you have.
When I sleep, I die for 8 hours, and then I wake up, I don't move. I don't do anything. I don't wake up for a pee. I don't do anything weird in my sleep. I don't talk. I snore sometimes, I think, but I think that's about it.
Oh my god! Did I play you guys that recording? You know, you can get those sleep talk recorders.
Yeah.
What were you talking like an Australian?
Oh, did you hear this? Did I play it to you?
No. Play it to me.
I woke up. Maddie recorded us sleeping, and I do an awful Australian accent. If I try to do an Australian accent now, it's laughable.
Do it.
Tell me to put another shrimp on the barbie.
Well, g'day, mate. Let's go down and put another shrimp on the barbie. Awful.
That is terrible. Yeah,
that's pretty
I'll
bad.
agree with you.
This is the legitimate recording of me talking in my sleep, complete with Australian accent and everything. You should be able to hear it.
I'm going down under.
That was all I said.
Again.
Again.
That is all I said in my sleep. That I didn't say
Going down under.
another word that night.
You sure this isn't just like yours and Maddie's special time and you're trying to
just
inject
caught
a
the
bit
end
of
of it.
role play or something?
I was so drunk this night. Oh no, maybe I think I was just asleep. I think it was just a weird thing that I came out with in my sleep. Here you go.
Cool.
I'm going down under.
Going down under.
That is brilliant.
That's really sinister. So I was like, going down under.
Do you know what? She played it to her parents. Her mum laughed, loved it. Her dad said it was creepy.
It is
Dad's
kind of,
like, what are you doing to my daughter?
it's kind of slap bang in the middle of the two, isn't
It
it?
is a little bit creepy.
I'm going down under.
It's so serious. It sounds like you're going to kill someone.
You're like some sort of rapey crocodile Dundee.
Well, the original solution, has it been solved? I suppose it hasn't really, is it?
Well, we need, clearly, urinals that are much further apart.
Maybe the rules should be on the wall. I mean, there's fire exit signs. Maybe there should be
That's
a
a
rule
good
on the
idea.
wall.
That's another good
It
solution.
says if there's a guy either side in cubicle 1 and 3, or in stall 1 and 3, or whatever it is, don't go to fucking number 2.
Legislation.
Yeah.
Actual brought into law.
£100 fine.
Well,
How would you
enforce-
police that?
You'd have to have urinal police.
You can have one of those.
Yeah.
You can have
Deal
those
with
guys.
the unemployment issue.
You can have the guys that sell the aftershave in there.
Oh, what?
Imagine that in a foundry.
No David off, no suck it off.
Yeah.
Just have him in a little window in the wall. Just be like, hello, no David off, no suck it off, and all that. They are generally men of colour. Anyway.
So,
Wow, that took how long? Racist Dom's back.
okay, so I guess I've proposed a solution to this problem, and Ross has proposed a solution.
We got to do one each.
Yeah, I guess that would be the way we do this, right? We do one each, and then we'll sort of decide on what the best solution is between us.
Right,
Because
okay.
even though my idea was to put the urinals 3 feet away from each other,
Yeah.
now I'm with Ross's one. I want the rules on the wall.
The toilet police.
Yes, toilet
You want the
police.
toilet police.
Ross's wins by a landslide.
Don't worry about other people's dicks in your own.
It's not a choice, Dom. It just closes up.
Yeah,
It's
it's
this
just-
muscle just contracts when
I
someone
know.
comes and stands next to
I
me.
know, and I try to talk myself out of it. I'm always sort of saying, like, no, you've pissed in front of people before.
Exactly. Yeah. And that guy doesn't give a shit what's going
Absolutely
on over here. And you talk yourself out of it, but no, it's not. Sit until he goes away, and then you've been there too long, and then it all becomes a little bit more serious. And
Yeah, and there's a queue of people, and
That's
they're
it.
thinking, why the fuck is this guy taking a 5-minute long piss?
But your solution is still thrust a man up.
Pretty much.
You could sort of stick a voltage across the urinal, and then if it senses that someone is pissing in the wrong place, get zapped.
Oh, automated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
then
like
you don't
that
need
idea.
toilet police.
No, you don't. And let's face it, £100 fine or a shock dick. I'd rather pay £100 fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people pay £100 for a shock dick, though.
Do they?
Yeah, well,
I
I don't
guess,
know.
yeah.
Some people are into that sort of
The
thing.
people like you coming into the middle fucking urinal when we're either side.
Don't know about that.
Get a free dick shock.
It would numb it, so then even more people will be pissing on their landings. Because they won't be able to control their dick.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Fucking shook the floor, man.
Dan brought his trumpet.
Wow, that's quite good.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh my god, you should do that more often. You could do the intro like that.
Just be like,
Sounds like Coronation Street.
how's that go again?
I haven't watched it in about a decade.
Can you like do like a muted horn as well?
How does that sound?
It kind of goes.
Dan's fucking.
No.
No, it just makes it just sounds like I'm going on the mic.
Oh my
I've
god.
not said anything, and now I'm just going.
You're like that guy on Catch the Pigeon.
Fucking
What's
guy
his-
from Police Academy.
What's his name? I can't remember what his name is
I know what you
on Catch the Pigeon.
It was. He's been waiting the whole podcast. He's like, any minute now, they're going to ask me to do a trumpet, and I'm going to shine. I'm going to
Trumpet up for
shine.
this week,
Now's
folks.
your moment.
Dom, I think you can do your trumpet now. Go.
They'll be casting me in Police Academy 25.
What was the guy's name in that? They used to do the voices.
His name was
Something Winston?
I remember Maloney and Hightower.
Mahoney Hightower. Well, his name in it was oh god, I
That's
can't.
the name I'm after.
I
The
can't.
name of
I
him in
can't.
it.
I can't remember. It'll come to me in about 5 minutes, and we'll be in the middle of talking about something else, and I'm all of a sudden going to just clap and
then Dom's going to burst
gonna
into
be doing
trumpet
his
solo.
trumpet again twice in one podcast.
Whoa! What a treat!
Time to shine. Who's going next then? Have we solved that one? Are we off?
I think we've come to the end of the pissing saga.
So, Dom, your turn, mate.
Right, so I only really thought about this for about 5 minutes today, obviously, and it's under the heading Points to Bring to the Party. I was thinking topical, the recent heat, and the other night I was laying in bed and I had the fan on, but I was just still getting hotter and hotter. So I'm wondering if we three wise men can come up with an idea of keeping yourself cool, specifically in bed, without a fan, because fans don't seem to do fuck all.
It seems more like a third world problem, doesn't it, to be hot in bed than a first world?
It does a little bit, yeah.
I suppose maybe, you know.
Even though we've got the technology to keep ourselves cool, and it still doesn't keep us cool.
Well,
cool as we would like.
They have invented something already, aircon.
It totally closed down like parts of the trade network, didn't it? Because we can't deal with the cold, and that closes down all transportation.
Yeah.
And we also can't deal with the heat.
It's just this country, isn't it? None of the other
ridiculous.
countries have this problem.
As long as we're a mediocre 20 degrees.
And it's raining.
I've got to admit, I was lying in bed the other day talking about this very problem that you have. Because I was talking about getting a ceiling fan in, because I had one in my old bedroom, and that was amazing. You just lay underneath it and it kind of goes...
A little bit 70s though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it works. It fans your balls, and that's at the end of the day, that is the main problem when you're getting sweaty. But
Absolutely.
what I said about, like you get heated blankets,
Yeah.
where you put it underneath the bottom sheet. What about a cooled blanket which pumps cool water through the little,
That
like
would be a
little
really
reef.
good idea.
That would be that maybe exists.
Trademark.
Copyright Ross.
It might exist.
You think it does?
Maybe. I don't know.
But would it feel like you peed yourself or something?
Or you could have a budget option of just getting a load of ice packs and sticking them under your mattress topper.
It's a lot of effort, isn't it?
A lot
You'd
of
probably
effort.
get condensation as well, though, wouldn't you? So you'd wake up wet.
Yeah.
Well, by the sounds of things, Dan, you wake up wet quite a lot.
Yeah. But if I'm sweating anyway, I'll wake up sticky in the morning.
It's
Oh,
disgusting.
yeah. Feel like you fucking rolled in shit.
Yeah, I woke up halfway through the night the other night and was so sweaty that I kind of, when you half wake up and you turn the light on and you're doing something and then you think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing? Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
I was trying to rub the lotion off between my thighs because I'd put too much on, and then I turned the light on and was like, this fucking lotion, what am I talking about?
I'm going to ask the question that I think me and Ross both know the answer to, and that is lotion?
That was going to be my question.
Fucking lotion? What?
What
Well, I
lotion are
don't
you
know,
putting
that's
on?
what I thought it was. I woke up and was just
I'm
like...
sure it was fictitious lotion.
No, I'd imagined, because I was so sweaty between my thighs, where I was leaning one leg over onto the other one. It got so sweaty, and I'd woken up and felt the sweat, and I imagined it was lotion.
Oh, I thought it was like a nighttime ritual of yours.
I thought you
lotion on.
I thought you like oil up your thighs before you go to sleep.
So they don't chafe.
So what? You woke up and you're just like, oh,
I woke
rub
up.
the lotion on the skin.
I woke up and I was turning the light on, and I was looking down between my thighs, sort of thinking, "Oh, this fucking lotion." And then I was like, "What am I doing?
What lotion?"
And then I realised that it was just where I was so sweaty. And obviously during the night, I put my hand down, sort of like on my leg, and realised it was sweaty, and had imagined that I was covered in lotion for some reason.
Is this a regular occurrence?
No, it was just when I was super sweaty the other night.
You sound like a lot of fun at night time.
Fucking
Never a dull moment.
You don't know the
murderous
half of it.
Australians. Imaginary lotion.
Coming down under to rub that lotion on my skin.
Well, I've said a few other things as well during my sleep, but
Fill us in.
Examples?
Yeah.
well, I can't remember what any of them were. None of them was fucking hilarious as that. That was literally, I heard Maddie laughing from upstairs. I was downstairs making the tea, and she was creasing up at that Australian accent. But
That is somewhat special.
she wakes up all the time and tells me there's a spider in the bed.
I have the same thing with mine, actually. She does the same thing, freaks out about spiders.
She jumps out and pulls me out of bed, and she goes, there's a spider. And so I'm like, okay, where? And I try and pull the covers off and that, and then I just hear her giggling behind me, where she realises she's been dreaming there's a spider in the bed. She's woken me up, and that's fucking hilarious.
I was on a night shift at work the other day, and I got the text message saying there's a fucking spider in the bedroom. Because when she dreams it becomes a reality, and then she freaks herself out about it. Like, yours eventually figures out that she's nuts. Mine doesn't. So she freaks out and starts texting me, and I was on a night shift, and I don't know what I can do from London right down to here, all right. And she's messaging me.
FaceTime it away.
Yeah, she's like, I've looked everywhere and I can't find it, and I was like, it might not have been real.
Onto spiders.
Oh,
And women being afraid of them. I went to London Zoo the other day for what they call Sunset Safari. Basically, when it closes to the general public, you buy like special tickets and you can get boozed up and look at penguins.
That sounds great.
It was really good. They're running
Beams
it.
at them.
They're running it all throughout the summer. I would go again.
Come
And
here, you fucking
they have
penguin.
in that middle. Have you been to London Zoo? They have like a big middle bit where there's like a restaurant and like stands and stuff like
I
that.
have been a long time ago, yeah.
Well, basically in that middle bit, they have like a world street food market. So I had like
Oh, that sounds incredible.
I had like 5 different things: pulled pork, hog roast. It's very pork related. This story, Polish,
As
like
all of your stories
yeah,
are.
Polish kielbasa sausage that came in an entire, like, the sausage is so big it came in like most of a French stick. It was amazing.
sounds amazing.
But this story is about spiders. They've got like a bugs bit. They've recently built this thing, where you like walk through with the lemurs, oh, aren't they cute? One just stole my wallet. Or walk through with the birds, aren't they pretty? Now they've got to walk through with fucking huge spiders.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So you walk
Yeah,
in
I'll
there.
probably pass on that.
All in the middle, there's like this giant tree, and like basically the guy on the door was just baiting me. He was like, "Come on, man, come in, big rugby man," because I was wearing a Rugby World Cup
Did
2015.
we just see another accent?
No, he was white. But
What
talking
race
like
was he, Dom?
He was a white guy, but he was from London, so he talked like an idiot.
Right.
There goes that listenership.
No, I was wearing a Rugby World Cup t-shirt. Come on, big rugby man, come in here. And I was like, okay. So I walked along and I pushed Jem in there, and I've never seen... You know how people who know my girlfriend, you two do,
Yeah.
how, like, sort of calm and serene she is most of the time, never gets angry, never, like, goes above sort of 5 or 6 on the
Yes.
emotional intensity scale. She went, like, definitely... She was shaking like a fucking leaf. And these spiders, they weren't even, like fat tarantulas. They were just like sort of spindly, like pretty coloured spiders, and they weren't even moving. They were just sitting on their webs waiting for flies and shit. And she was just literally like, and just slowly as we went round this crescent, she just sped up, and just went out the other side when we got around. Good story. Right.
I wouldn't go in that.
No, thank you.
I would have stayed in there for ages just looking at them.
I'm not terrified of spiders or anything like that, but I wouldn't fancy going in like that.
I am the spider catcher of the house, but that's only because she's terrified of them, and I just don't like them.
I'm not a murdering spider catcher.
No, me either.
I
They
always
all
put them
live.
outside.
They all live, unless the dog gets to them first, then she chews them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice and tasty, bit of protein.
She doesn't eat them. She kind of just chews them up and spits them out.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what she's up to. It's just a bit of a, I don't know.
I don't think your dog knows what she's up to half the time.
She's just in here.
She keeps
looking at us
walking in,
blankly.
doesn't she? Seeing what we're up to.
She's got her eye on my secondary sausage roll.
Back up sausage roll.
Yeah.
She nearly got your first one.
Yeah, in fact, it was close. I would fight her for it.
Would you?
She would probably win.
I would like to see how that panned out.
Actually, I think we should organise that on a live stream. Dan fighting a full-grown Akita.
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. Well,
Yeah.
monetize this shit.
So this sweaty balls in bed thing. How are we solving that? I agree with you. I think the thing that I'm saluting, is that the right word? Is that
Yeah, let's
you're
go for that.
the English person? How would you?
Backing?
Yeah, the thing I'm backing, a different word altogether, is the the fluid pumped through the bed sheets to cool you down, like a spacesuit.
I would be concerned about the condensation issue on that.
I think that it's probably already a thing.
You think it's probably a thing?
Yeah,
I imagine it's hella expensive, but I imagine it's already a thing.
We'll have to research that for
if not copyright.
next time.
Saying copyright doesn't mean it's copyrighted.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Verbal contract.
No.
Oh.
Only in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
What? Why? Let's not even go there. I don't want to hear your Scottish
Here's
accent.
another first
No.
world problem.
No, Scottish law. Verbal contract is actually a thing in Scottish law.
Is it not a thing down here?
No.
Really? I did not know that.
No, it's absolute bullshit.
Oh.
Don't ask me how I know that. I just do.
I cannot think of any other solutions for the heat.
Stick with me here.
Okay.
But from
Oh my God.
This sort of touches on a bigger problem, a bigger English problem of extremes of weather. If we came up with some sort of weather controlling device that kept these isles at a constant, as you said, 20-degree heat with occasional rain, then we could be, well, probably prime ministers.
Probably. But have you seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yes.
Never works out the way you expect it to.
The moment burgers aren't bad, are they?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a world made out of food, Dan.
But it gets overrun then, and then people start dying. You don't see it in that film because it's a children's film, but I'm pretty sure the death toll was high.
Really? Although saying that though, like 2 tons of like meat falling from the sky is probably going to kill a man. Yeah.
It was like
absolutely.
giant bananas and stuff, wasn't there, at the end?
Yeah, like some
Huge.
of those fruits have got stones in. They're going to be really heavy. Apples. Imagine a giant apple falling on you. It's going to kill you. That would kill a man.
Imagine a normal size apple falling on you
We've just
from
done-
the sky.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
That would really hurt.
So we're sort of uncovered a conspiracy behind the genocide that is inherent in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Well, I just don't think they reported all of the facts.
Like a 9/11 skeptic, but with a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Illuminati.
Illuminati confirmed.
Fucking DreamWorks.
Old Sam Sparks, the weather reporter, missed out all the facts.
What?
That was her name.
Was that the
Her
girl?
name was
The
Sam
girl?
Sparks.
Oh, the girl.
I see.
right.
Is that the girl that was played by Anna Faris?
Yeah, Sam Sparks. I think that's right, anyway.
Isn't Anna Faris married to
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, that's true.
Is she?
Yeah, Jem was telling me
Did not
about
know
it the other day. Because before he actually made it as an actor, he was like, it was crazy, like how now he's the one getting hit on, but before he'd just stand there at like parties and stuff while douchebag actors would hit on her. And he
Really?
said, he's classy enough not to say any names, but he said they're people you recognise in there.
He seems like a really classy guy, actually.
He does, doesn't
I
he?
hear a lot
Oh,
of things,
yeah.
and he seems like a really good dude.
Well, that whole thing he did with Chris Evans for the kids' hospitals
Oh,
around
yeah,
the
it's
Super Bowl.
great.
Oh, man.
Why wouldn't you do that if you had the money, though? I guess,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt. It's certainly not hurting his career by being a nice guy.
That's exactly it. I
Like-
don't know. Yeah.
But you think of like someone like Chris Pratt, who's in like just every fucking film at the moment, and you think of a guy like Kanye West, who seems,
Chalk and cheese.
who seems, like they're both sort of like have probably similar earnings per annum. One of them prides himself on being the biggest douchebag on the planet. The other one, goes out of his way to be nice. Like, surely Kanye's like PR company is turning around to Kanye and going, you know what? If you're nice, more people would like you and more people would buy your shit. I'll go and see anything that Chris Pratt's in because I think I could see him down the pub and I'll get on with the guy.
You know what Kanye's PR company did though most recently though? Their biggest mistake. They got him to sing fucking Bohemian Rhapsody on stage. Have you heard it?
No, I haven't. Not.
What?
Fuck. It
Was-
is awful.
Was this
Jesus.
at Glastonbury?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did see that thing where someone had a big flag with Kim
Oh my
Kardashian
god,
sucking
off
Ray J's
Ray-
dick.
Yeah.
That was great. And also, I saw that Lee Nelson got on stage with him,
What a legend.
crashed the stage. He's now selling T-shirts that say "Leesus."
I'm going to find.
I don't really
a
like
bit
that
of
Lee
it.
Nelson guy, but fair play to him for doing what he did.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, man.
I'm going to find it. Kanye West performs Bohemian Rhapsody. Seriously. Here we go.
He's not even singing.
No. Wait for it.
What a cunt.
No, you got to wait for him to sing it.
These edits.
Here we go.
are really bad.
Listen, here we go.
I just killed a man. Put my gun up to his head. Pulled a trigger, now he's dead. Like that. But now,
Why are these fuckers egging him on?
I didn't mean to make you cry.
This is like
Seriously.
something
Didn't mean
shit.
to make you crab.
This is like something like some shit thing at someone's like naff 50th birthday party with a character like your Uncle Dave gets up to do like Bohemian Rhapsody.
And doesn't know all the words,
Yeah.
and he's just like, didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to make a crab. Fucking hell.
He's a monumental douche, isn't he?
Yeah, well, it's a shame really because I really love his first couple of records.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Walks
really
is a
good.
great single.
I like listening to a bit of Kanye.
Yeah? No, there's nothing for me.
He actually had something to say at the beginning.
Yeah,
More than his other contemporaries at the time.
it's just a bit silly now. This whole persona he's got going on.
I did see a meme online that said that Kanye West thinks he's the biggest rock star of this last decade or something, and then there was a photo of AC/DC sold out last week at Wembley or something. It was like no publicity, no press, just more fans than you had at Glastonbury.
Not even AC/DC anymore.
Is it not?
It's just Angus.
Is
Oh,
it?
really?
Yeah. Well, the singer's dead.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm pretty sure he's not.
Yes, he is.
What's his name? I'm going to Google it.
Begins with a B.
You don't mean the original singer, do you? Because they've been going for like decades with that other guy, whatever his name is.
What's his name? Oh, it is just Angus left now.
Oh,
Which one's Angus? What does he do?
he's the guy that plays a guitar in a schoolgirl outfit.
Because that's still cool at 75.
Wow, it's worked for him for fucking
Yes.
like
What am I
40
fucking
years.
talking about?
Brian Johnson.
Brian
Is that the
Johnson.
singer?
Yeah, he's dead.
No, he's alive.
Is he?
There's a picture of him last week.
rocking the stage at Wembley by the looks of it.
That's one animated corpse. Anyway.
Bon Scott was the original singer.
Oh,
wasn't
Bon
he?
Scott's dead,
I'm pretty sure he's
That's
dead.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
6th of July, 2015. That is today.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's their bassist, who's he's Angus Young's brother, isn't he? He's ill,
Yeah.
and so he's not performing anymore, I don't think.
So this heat thing, have we solved it? Are we coming to an agreement?
Well, interestingly, my problem that I was coming with was very similar, but mine was more of like a threefer.
A threefer?
Yeah, because I also obviously had trouble sleeping for the one night where it went above 27 degrees, and I encountered more problems than just the heat. Because the thing is that in the UK, where we don't ever have any hot days, in other countries where they have hot days often, they have air conditioning. But we don't have air conditioning in houses unless, you can afford to just go out and buy an air conditioner every time there's a heat wave. So that is the problem, really, isn't it? Like, that is the underlying problem, is that we don't have nice weather enough to warrant houses having air conditioners and things like that. All you have is windows and fans.
It's like having a convertible, isn't it? There's no point in this country because for the 4 days of the year you're going to use it. It's not worth the extra money, is it?
Exactly. So what I've got is, going back to me being a drummer, is I've got one of those giant fucking massive fans that you have on a stage, but it's so noisy. So here's my first world problem. On the day that it was unbearably hot, I had to sit with this giant fan in my room, and when we were trying to watch TV, I had to turn it up so loud, and then, to keep cool during the night, had the giant fan on. Maddie doesn't sleep through any sounds whatsoever. The smallest sounds. She couldn't sleep through the fucking fan, so she kept me awake all night.
I can sleep if it's a constant noise, like a fan, or even a car alarm going off. As long as it carries on doing the same noise over and over again
for at least an hour,
I can sleep. But yeah, that is a problem. But fans have to be loud, don't they? Isn't it to do with the fan hitting the slapping the air? It's not the motor, is it? It's just the
it would be like a helicopter. It's going to make a noise.
So we're going to have to break the fundamental laws of physics to.
That is exactly what we have to do. Fan. Well, you can get those Dyson,
like a turbo fan almost.
Those cyclone fans, but then if you're going to go and spend 300 fucking quid on a fan, you might as well go and buy an air conditioner.
Yeah,
and also they're crap.
Yeah, they're not great, are they? They do heat now as well, though.
Ooh.
Last time I was in Dixon's, which doesn't exist anymore,
Currys,
they had a sign up recalling those because they'd be catching on fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
but it does bring some hope to the conversation from earlier, because if now fans, which are traditionally cooling devices, are starting to heat, maybe things that are traditionally heating devices like an electric blanket will start to cool.
Like a radiator. You could pump cold stuff through your radiator.
Well, I always wondered if you could just do that anyway. Like if you could reverse a radiator around and it would pump almost freezing cold water around, because surely that would still cool things down around it.
Cold doesn't radiate.
No, it doesn't.
But it would cool the air around it. Any air that's going past it would cool that.
So you'd have to do then with that, because where hot air rises, and then because it rises, it circulates, because it gets into the air passage. What you'd have to do is create an air passage for the cold air that's around the thing. So that's when you get your industrial
that's
fan.
Fine. I've got a giant fan for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then we come back to the problem of silencing your giant industrial fan.
Oh yeah, it was like the world's most absurd first world problem the other night. Oh, it's too hot. I'll put my fan on. The fan's too loud. I can't hear the TV. I'll have to turn the TV up. It was ridiculous. It was just utterly absurd. And then the thing is, it's just a vicious circle, because the more I'm turning the TV up and the more we're watching TV, the warmer the room's getting.
What is your TV powered by?
Well, I'm just saying, a TV gets hot.
Stoke the boiler, Maddie released in Channel 4.
Oh, no, that's it. No, because
it's got like a couple of stevedores downstairs, just going.
I also had my soundbar on to try and increase the volume in the room.
That's crank started,
and that was all. Fuck off! And it was all just it's all electronics. It's all going to kick out heat.
That's a first world problem, isn't it? My soundbar's too hot. It's warm in my room.
Oh, my TV's giving off too much heat.
Yeah, it gets seriously hot in my room.
Going back to your super cooled radiators, you mentioned earlier, if my dog walked past one with its tongue hanging out because it was hot, it would stick to it.
Could get stuck to it, yeah.
Well, it would get stuck to it.
You'd have to put out some sort of safety warning for
You'd
dogs.
have to make it out of a material that isn't going to get condensation on it or anything like that.
Teflon.
Cover it in a rug.
Teflon radiators. Wipe clean as well.
That's true. And you can put them in the oven.
If you need to warm it back up. Because then you could have a easily disposable and also movable and reusable radiator. Then you could put it in any room in the house. And when you want to heat it up again, just stick it in the oven.
Put on your oven gloves.
Basically, I'm just saying get a load of milk cartons and stick them against your wall. Put them in the freezer.
Cartons.
Milk carton, they're made out of Teflon.
Are they?
Are they?
Yeah, Teflon packaging.
Oh. Well, you learn something new every day, and no one can listen to this podcast and not learn something.
That's why UHT milk doesn't spoil, because it's in Teflon.
Right.
So it's got nothing to curdle and stick against.
I thought it was just because they
killed all the bacteria.
Heated it beyond the heat of the sun
That too.
Just like it was in my fucking room the other night.
With his soundbar on.
A temperature also held by McDonald's apple pies.
Yes. Yeah, I believe so.
Well, I think the conclusion to this is that they're all easily fixable.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how well this one will go down, by the way. This is something I experienced earlier. I was like, I wish I didn't have to do this. I wonder what other way they could do this. So, every time you sign up for something on the internet, be it Facebook, a new Pornhub account, whatever, you get a verification email.
Yeah.
And then you have to go out the website you're on, go onto your email, and then click the link, and then you've got 2 tabs open on the same website because it opens it in a new tab. Is there, dear Deirdre, is there a way to get around that? Is there a solution to that problem where you're still verifying your email, but you don't have to click on links and have a faff with too many tabs?
Well, the problem you'd have there is if you did go to your email for something else and clicked on a link, if you designed the program to open it in the same tab, then you would overwrite the tab that you were already using. So all the people who have just innocently gone to their email not to verify their new Pornhub account and just to open an email and click on a link, then that link would then overwrite that tab, and then you lose one of your tabs.
And also, they often send a activation code in the email that you can just copy and paste.
No, but I'm talking about the websites where you not an activation code, just an actual link that you have to click on to verify your email.
Because on my phone, I don't know if this is an actual thing or not, but if I try and open a link and the page is already open on my phone, it doesn't open it in a new tab, it just takes you to that one. I'm pretty sure it already does that, but obviously it'd be a new link, wouldn't it?
I've never noticed that.
Really? Maybe it's...
I'm going to try.
I've only ever noticed... Maybe... I'm thinking maybe this is just a problem I'm having.
I think so.
It might be just to do with... Because I've seen it a few times the last few days, and it's all been gaming related.
Okay, so I've opened...
See, I told you it'd be a shit one.
I've opened the link on my phone now, so I now have AC/DC open, a few other tabs, and this new GoPro advert, which has come through. And that's what I've clicked on. So if I now click on that again, I think... Yeah, it's just taking me to the same one again.
Yeah, but this is on my laptop. This is not on my phone.
But I think it does the same on my laptop as well. If I'm using Safari...
Maybe it's a Windows thing then.
Well, because there's a lot of Windows things, isn't there, Dan?
Yeah.
You two use a lot of Mac, let's be honest.
We do use a lot of Mac. We use only Mac, in fact. Shall we move on?
Yes, Ross.
Do you have any more ideas?
Well, I've got a couple of things loaded up on my laptop, but I can see that you've got your phone.
I do have my phone
open in front of you.
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening when you were talking through the last bit, because I'm going through this trying to figure out.
And I'd like to hear another one of your ramblings.
Yeah, I've still got no idea what most
Ross's
of them mean.
old man rambles.
I've got one here that just says toilet paper. Right?
Did you write all of these while you were having a poo?
Maybe it's just like my shopping list or something.
Toilet arrangement.
Yeah.
Went into Wix, had a look at some bowls.
What would a toilet arrangement be if that's your shopping list, though?
I suppose not.
Like one of those things you put in the window with candles, or...
There's one here that makes sense. Why have I written selfie stick not long enough? I don't have a selfie stick. I've obviously had an idea about something very first world.
Selfie stick not long enough.
It sounds like your dream journal.
It does, doesn't it? One of the questions I had to ask, this one makes sense, but then now I think about it, it's not the greatest of topics, but more of a moral question, really. If I have a subscription to Sky TV, say, and I'm paying my Sky TV license or whatever, my membership fee, and I miss a program or it doesn't record properly, and then I go and download that program, is that immoral? It's illegal, isn't it, to download anything?
Yeah.
So if I miss Game of Thrones, right, and it doesn't record on my Skybox, for the Skybox's fault, not mine, is it then wrong to go and download it illegally? That was my question. Very first world.
I think it's one of those grey areas, isn't it? Because often, if you download, for example, a CD, then have you ever noticed that sometimes they give you a picture of the case with the CD in it?
Yeah.
And that is supposed to be so that if anyone came round to bust you for downloading music, you can say, I'm just backing it. No, I've just been backing it up. Here's a picture of my CD.
Do you not have to show a hard copy?
Don't think so.
Yeah, but then that's as sort of flimsy and excuses when, like, we were younger and people were photocopying their passports and photoshopping, like, a different date of birth on. It's just like, well, I have the CD, not here, but here's a picture of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I never did that.
Well, people used to do that all the time.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah, he
All the time,
I
yeah.
never did that.
Someone pointed out to me I was in Lakeside, I think it was, in a Virgin megastore, going to buy...
That's how old it was.
yeah, going to buy a bunch of, like, 18-rated DVDs, and I handed over my photocopied passport, because the way I had to do it is that I got sort of like Photoshop, changed the date, and I did it in a way that, so it wasn't just 18, I was like 20.
Yeah, which is what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I print off the Photoshop because it wasn't particularly convincing because I'm crap at Photoshop, and then photocopy it. So it looks like I've just photocopied my passport.
Yeah.
And then I went into this Virgin Megastore, presented this, and it had been working for months at this point, presented it, and the girl just looked at me and went, it's got your date of birth along the bottom as well.
Oh, yeah, in the little code.
Oh, my God. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. And then I changed it again, and then they started cracking down on it in pubs and things like that.
The thing is, because there's a bit of a generation gap between me and you two, I suppose. I mean, there's a couple of years. I'm a couple of years older than you guys.
Yeah,
aren't I?
a couple of years, yeah.
When I used to go trying to sneak into clubs when I was younger, all you had to do was memorise your date of birth. They didn't ever ask for ID. I mean, photocard driving licences weren't around, and you didn't have to. They used to just go, here's your date of birth. Then you just have to spit it off real quick.
But there's more plausible deniability for them then, isn't there?
Yeah, but
That's the thing.
The doormen weren't licensed back then either. So what do we think on my predicament? Do we think that it's... Would I get in trouble for it? Do you think the court would be lenient if for instance, I downloaded a television program and it didn't record properly? If I said, well, I have paid to see that episode.
Well, I'm pretty sure now that you get is very... Haven't they just almost like decriminalised downloading things?
Have they?
Yeah, because
essentially they've written up. They said that it's basically such an unmanageable point. Everyone downloads things. Everyone does things, even if people don't realise what they're doing is bad. You have people that stream and things like that, and they don't realise that it's a felony.
It's impossible to enforce, and so it's had to. The market is going to have to shift with it. Entertainment,
Yeah, it's going to have to...
It's just a paradigm shift in the way entertainment is received.
This is getting very serious.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
We've sort of delved into like a more
it's
serious
got very
conversation.
political, isn't it?
We should probably...
Let's move on. Dan, we haven't heard many from you, apart from the one you stole off Dom, obviously.
Yeah, you
So
stole
let's
from me.
hear one from you.
Yeah.
Got something else down on the one, but oh no, it is coming on. It is alive. Well, this one was also related to heat, unfortunately.
Oh.
So this is only just something I noted down the other day, and I'm not sure sort of what scale you guys share the same problem. So this might be a little bit weird, but when things heat up, I constantly, like every few seconds, have to rearrange my ball bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same problem. Yeah.
But like mine is unbearably. Like I can't walk down the street and sort of think to myself, don't worry, it'll be okay in a little while. There's people around.
Do you do the wide stride as you do?
I do the wide stride. I do all of that, but there's sometimes there's just nothing that gets it. Like just having to stick my hand in my pocket and just go for it. And you know what? I feel bad sometimes because there's there's kids around and I look like a weirdo, or like I'll be sitting in a meeting or something and I just have to do it.
I think it depends on the duration. If you're down there for too long, then it becomes weird around children.
Well,
I think
I mean,
if you just go in there and go and then you're out again, I think that's fine.
I mean, I've tried to weirdly observe people. I can sit here and sort of think to myself for 5-10 minutes, are these guys having the same problems as I have? Because you're both sitting in a hot room as well. But I can feel myself sitting here constantly tucking my pants around it and trying to stop any moisture. I just got really sticky ball bag.
I completely agree. Yesterday, I was doing a lot of physical sort of labour at work, which isn't usual. Picking up game boxes and stuff, but we were rearranging.
Sounds strenuous.
No, we were rearranging all the shelving and stuff like that, doing a complete redo of the store. And as I got sweatier and sweatier, my pants it felt like my pants were just getting into this Gordian knot of madness.
Is it like the scene from Red Dwarf where he puts the wrong underwear on, where it's the polymorph? You see that?
Yeah,
and it shrinks on him.
Yeah.
Get him on!
It literally was like that, and I just... Luckily, the store was closed at this point, but I was just walking around, and my manager just turned around to me and said, "You all right?" And I was just like, I don't know. It just felt like my balls were getting bigger, my pants were getting tighter, and they were just going... It was just insane. So I completely agree with what you're saying.
I mean, I have to do it at all times, though. Like, I don't know whether I've just got, like, a really big ball bag or something. Like, it's one of these, like, weird things where I've got, like, a disproportionate
I'm
amount
all
of
balls,
ball.
so I think maybe that's the case.
No balls, no shaft.
No balls, no
Me too.
shaft.
Me too. But it's one of those things that I'm trying to, like, sometimes I try and tuck my boxers around them to sort of encase them like a walnut.
Sometimes that makes it worse, though.
Yeah, sometimes it does, yeah.
I have a solution for this.
Okay.
And it comes to Batman, which I know you'll like. So, you know, in the Chris Nolan Batman films,
Yeah.
the cape, you run like that electrical thing through it, and it goes...
It goes
like,
rigid.
Goes rigid and keeps its shape. Pants with the same technology.
But then what happens if I start to feel a little bit warm in the downstairs area as I'm walking past, say, a school, and as I'm walking past, I don't think much of it, hit my fucking ball area, then I've got this giant
Clown
Gross.
trousers.
When you have a boner, does it suddenly become rectangular?
No,
That's
but
what I'm thinking. Like, it becomes like box pants, like your SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, it just goes, dunk, and it just takes on like an angular, rigid form, as opposed to like making it look like you've got a boner. It's not going to go all stiff in just one place.
But then won't I just
like a Madonna boob.
Lara Croft in PS1 times, you know.
won't I just look a little bit weird though?
It'll be
Yeah.
a thing, though, won't it?
But
Everyone will know. He's got hot balls, clearly.
yeah, if it was like a fashion thing, and if this problem is as widespread as 2 men out of 3 saying they have it in the room, then perhaps we might be onto £1 million idea.
Copyright.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I came up with the idea, so
It's not that I don't
I say
get.
copyright.
copyright done.
It's not that I don't get the sweaty balls. I get it, but I've got to a point now where I've just kind of bear it. I will have a rearrange, and there'll come a point when I'm so frustrated with it that it doesn't matter how many people are around. I'm going in to sort it out. But it only happens probably on like the other day when it was really hot. I was in the middle of Westminster, working in a big event with a couple of thousand people there, and there was a few occasions when I had to go in, and those people were there, and they could see if they wanted to, and there was no choice. I had to go in. But
I find I just do it an inordinate amount. Like on my walk home,
probably
there's
3 times in that day, though. That's probably all it was
Oh,
for
no,
me.
like on my way home, I have to rearrange
yeah.
I would say between 10 and 20 times.
But it gets uncomfortable, but it doesn't. It only gets to that point 3 times a day where I'm like, I cannot not do it right now.
See, it seems to be for me that it's when they're sort of like my balls are in between my legs and I can feel them. I can feel like everything sort of like moving around and the friction's getting to it. I just like, whoa.
Is it because you trim up? Do you trim your hair too short? Is that what it is?
I don't. My ball hair I trim, but it's not like it's excessive. I'm not bald.
No, because I find that if I have a trim up down there, it sticks to my leg,
I've
and it's a lot more uncomfortable in the heat.
I've left it longer.
Yeah,
Just for aesthetic purposes and practical purposes. And
what practical
Practical
purposes?
purpose would it serve?
it might stop sticking to my fucking leg.
Well,
But
obviously it doesn't help.
no, that
Practical, like it was going to write a poem.
Practical, like it helps somehow in the bedroom.
that could help me move house or something. It's really handy. No,
Turns into a spanner.
no, there hasn't really been any. I haven't really found any sort of like way of easing it. Like it's just there.
Have you tried different like tightness of boxers?
I'm not a man who likes my pants to be tight. I have to have nice loose.
Mine are snug. Mine are very snug.
Really, like
See,
a Calvin Klein model.
Yeah, like that.
when
without
I
the bulge,
yeah,
like a Ken doll.
flat on front like Ken.
Yes.
Yeah, I've tried it with different tightnesses of pants, and I just get different problems.
It would annoy me more to have them flapping around.
See, it really annoys me if, like, a tightness down there that if I wear like swimming shorts and it's got that mesh and it's all
that's the worst.
bundled up, I feel like it's like a full fisherman's net.
Yeah.
Like I'm like bulging through it.
I know
like,
exactly
it looks like
what you mean.
Play-Doh. My balls are almost stuck to my knees right now.
I am sitting in ball soup as well, I have to admit.
Betty Swallocks.
The thing is, it makes me feel really like, uncomfortable because like sometimes the only way to solve the problem is to like tuck my balls right up.
We don't need a live demonstration.
So
For the listeners at home, Dan is just currently grabbing his nuts, moving his legs around in a very...
So if I'm sitting down, I move them.
Could you stop?
I move them up above the leg. But then the thing is,
It's like a reverse tuck.
Then my penis recoils like into like the ball sack. So it feels like I've got like it's all sort of like it's like
What?
yeah.
What was that?
I have no
That's
idea.
Goodbye Horses.
The theme my Dan's penis theme.
No, it's Goodbye Horses.
Oh.
It'd be good if you had your own penis theme, wouldn't it? Every time you got it out, it'd be like some kind of giant triumphant music.
What kind of music do you think, if your penis had a theme, what would it be?
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
You know, The Price is Right, where they do like the little dude going up the thing, going la la la, and it goes bam ba bam.
I think I might have mine. I think if I was to get my penis out and it had a theme, it would sound
A little something.
a little something like this.
Like a journey into mystery. Ooh, that funky beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Dan's Penis. I hope you have a great time. Whatever you're here for. Business or pleasure.
Oh, baby.
Just in case anyone at home is wondering what this is. We were speaking last week about making a theme tune for this program, and this was Dan's input. And now it's a theme for his cock because it got rejected as a theme for the show.
Well, I think it's quite a good thing for
If
my...
you had a ghost cock, maybe that would work.
Just like dripping in dripping in ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
Spooky ghost.
I wish I could play you my other one because that would be a more appropriate theme tune for my penis, but it also sounds a little bit like the Mr. Blobby theme tune. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Just like tubers.
Oh my god, he can do tubers as well. So how are you going to solve my ball problem?
Well, I've
Cut 'em
already amputate them. Well, no, I've already come up with the Batman fabric. Or we could go back to a previous solution.
Actually, we should probably
Use our proprietary chilling blanket technology and then put that into pants. Power supply might be a bit of an issue. You have to leave your pants plugged in.
That is a good point,
Plug in
actually,
pants.
because you would have to, even with the Batman thing, you'd have to have some sort of power supply.
Well,
Unless it's nitrogen cooled or something.
yeah, but then you run the risk of freezing your nuts off.
Or if
Actually,
there's a
I saw a funny article today online, as it goes, coming back to coating your balls in things. Some 17-year-old gang
saw
member in
that.
America, as part of his initiation, tried to gold plate his nuts and died.
Imagine he would.
Whoa.
He
what,
melted down a bunch of gold and went to dip his nuts in it, and the shock fucking killed him.
what kind of fucking gang has got the technology to melt gold?
What, have a fire and then put a crucible over it?
You have to...
Gold melts really low heat.
That does it?
Yeah,
quite
got
soft,
really
it's
low
malleable, isn't it?
Yeah, you got really low melting point.
Well, that told me.
Yeah, but you can't put your balls in it because you will die.
Well,
Well,
okay,
dipping your balls in anything that's molten probably would have a
I'm
bad...
pretty sure
bad
I'd
consequences.
take death over dipping my balls into something that's circa 300 odd degrees.
Yes, most of us would. Apart from that dickhead.
Yeah.
It must be a really good gang, though. Has anyone ever survived it? Is he the first person to do it, or is that something?
No, he just chose to do that. I think it didn't go heavy into details, but
because I mean, if that's like an initiation thing, and that's what they've been doing for like, years or something, then it's quite impressive that there is a gang. Well, there must be a gang, because otherwise they wouldn't be called a gang; they'd be called a couple or a person.
Or a
that would have
group of like-minded individuals.
gold balls. I mean, I was just thinking of something air-cooled or...
Well, they do the clothing already, don't they? Because there's a friend of mine, let's not name names, but he doesn't like the heat. And when he's a DJ, and he doesn't like DJing in the heat, he was looking into clothing that cools you down. So I don't know if it pumps fluid around or if you put it in the freezer or whatever, but it's actually a jacket you wear.
It's got fans in it.
No, it's not. It wasn't fans.
I'm pretty sure
like a
that-
liquid. It was a liquid that went around it, and it cooled you. It's not for DJs. It wasn't invented for that purpose. I think it's invented for people who do extreme sports and things like that. But
That sounds technological, and I think I know who you're talking about.
you probably do.
And
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
And if I'm honest, and I'm gonna put it out there because I think the public needs to know. If Richie did become Mr. Freeze, I'm just gonna tell. I'm not gonna stop you.
Is he going to speak in the Austrian accent?
Maybe. You're not sending me to the cooler.
Okay, chill.
Yeah, if Richie became Mr. Freeze, 1, wouldn't be surprised, and 2, I'll be totally with him. I'll be one of his, like, ice hockey gang.
Goons.
Wasn't Bane one of his in that film?
In that film.
In that film, it was Bane, wasn't it?
Technically, he was Poison Ivy's goon, and she brought him along for the ride with Mr. Freeze. The less said about Joel Schumacher Batman, the better, I'll be honest with you.
I think so, yeah.
Absolutely. I won't watch that one anymore.
No.
There's a good drinking game.
Really? What's that?
Every time something ridiculous happens, you drink.
So it's a good way of killing your friends.
The thing is, you never stop drinking.
Yeah. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Oh, dear.
Skyboarding.
Oh, Jesus.
Batman Forever credit card.
Is it Val Kilmer? The Batman?
No, that was George Clooney.
Is it George Clooney?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kilmer was the one before Batman Forever, which was passable.
That's the one with Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yeah, and Tommy Lee Jones as the really overacting Two-Face.
He really chewed the scenery in that one.
Really did, yeah.
He was trying to like channel Jack Nicholson and Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was a golfer.
Yeah, I know. I always
He's
get
trying to channel Jack Nicholson.
And he comes up to the green there.
It wouldn't be the most exciting film, would it?
No, they definitely would have muted the performance somewhat.
So have we decided that we need Mr. Freeze to call your balls?
Well, a job of this magnitude, you need something like that, I think.
Yeah, certainly.
Like one of the CO2 cannons that you occasionally use at work, Dan, where you just put that down your trousers and...
CO2 cooling wouldn't be bad, because you can get those little CO2 canisters, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
But then I'd be using it all the time. I just need a constant... I need to be like Rambo with CO2 canisters. Trying to load them.
Bandolier.
And then it'd look even weirder when I'm trying to load them into my pants.
Just changing the canister on my pants.
Every time you go near a nightclub, everyone would presume you were selling NOS.
Yeah, probably.
To all the cool kids.
God, what a stupid fad.
So what are we going to do about these pants? Are we decided on just getting CO2 canisters and putting them down your trousers and setting them off?
I thought we were going to use Richie's proprietary cooling jacket, but turn them into pants.
That does sound good. I like the sound of that.
I can't remember how they worked. I remember him showing them to me. I can't remember if it was like a pump that pumped it round or something. That seems a little bit awkward, doesn't it?
Looked like you'd have a colostomy bag or something.
It must go in the freezer, mustn't it? It must go in the freezer and then you wear it and then it just sustains the coolness for a long period of time. That
It must be something like that.
That blue gel stuff.
What about when it's cold but my balls are still sticking to my leg though?
You could still wear cold pants.
You can ask us questions at stickitpod.com. Find us on Facebook by searching See If It Sticks, and visit us at Twitter at
See If It Sticks.
See If It Sticks.
Good.
Send
Everything
us
is
all
in
your
order.
problems. Send us all your problems and we will solve them in the professional manner in which we've solved our own problems today.
Especially if you have toilet related problems. We seem to specialise in those.
Dick jokes are always funny.
Yep, absolutely.
Certainly we have to think of a name for this episode. I'm thinking piss, balls and heat.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to think of names, aren't we?
Yeah, at the end of the episode. Are we publishing 3 episodes at once?
We will publish the first 3 episodes at once.
Because I thought if this is going to be the first episode, then we should probably mention that there is, once they hear this, there'll be more to listen to afterwards if you liked it. Oh, we could call the episode All Ball.
Yeah,
I think you should call it Betty Swallocks.
Betty Swallocks.
Betty Swallocks. Nighttime accidents.
What did you
Well,
say?
are we picking one each and then voting, are we?
Well, I thought that might be a funny idea.
Mine's going to be all ball. That's my one. I'm going to put that in.
Mine's Betty Swallocks.
Sweat, bogs, and pinch and roll.
What?
That's how
Say that again?
That's how you move your dick around.
Sweat, bogs, and pinch and roll.
Right. So now,
Now we got to pick one.
there we go. Pick one. That one did get the biggest laugh from the three of us.
It did.
So I think maybe
Yeah, I like it.
like Cards Against Humanity, the one with the biggest laugh wins.
I'll go with Dad's one, I think.
I'll go with Dan's one too.
There you go. That's
There you
sorted.
go.
Nice and
Right.
easy.
Right then. So I think we now need to do a little bit of a sign off, don't we?
Off you go, Dan.
We do. Well, thanks for listening. If you have any first world problems that you want us to solve, you can find us on Facebook at See If It Sticks, Twitter at See If It Sticks, and you can also visit our website at stickypod.com. Stickitpod.com. It's a new website, which is why I didn't know what the URL was.
It's a URL we don't own yet.
Ah, good. Well, hopefully,
Give it 10 minutes.
with any luck, you can visit our website at stickitpod.com. You can also subscribe to us on whatever your particular
Podcasting service.
podcasting service is. There should be, by the time you see this episode, another 2 episodes. So
And it
you've
might be
got-
worth checking the end of that second episode to make sure we got the domain okay.
Good plan. Yeah, you need to subscribe, need to download just to make sure we got the domain. If for nothing else, the tension should kill you for the next hour to 2 hours. Thank you for listening. I've been Dan.
Dom.
Ross? Is that your sign off? That is terrible. You've been so well spoken all the way through the podcast, and now you've gone gangster on us.
Thug life, yo.
The heat's got to him.
Yeah.